If you practice the Quán meditation way with me, it's not a high demand to just ask you to be vegan and meditate 1/10 of your time every day. That's a tithing. It's not about money that God's talking about. The tithing is not about money, it's about your time. So that you can continue to sustain yourself in such a troublesome world. So you can balance your life and you don't fall. So that you can go back to your real home in heaven after you finish your duty or mission in this life. Or even just to have a pleasure to check out this world. You have to keep the rules in order to live well here and go home after. Like if you have money, you have, holiday time. You can drive your car or you can go by aeroplane. You can live in a tent or you can live in a hotel and go to the beach and enjoy all that. But why you have all these rights and privileges that the hotel people offer to you and serve you like kings and queens, you can't destroy their property there. Maybe they have parrot people in the hotel, you can't kill them. Yes? You can destroy their beach or ruin their coconut trees, any of the beach lounge and chairs or anything that belongs to them. You have the right to use them, to share with others, but you don't have the right to destroy. What you destroy, you pay for, yeah? And if you don't have money to pay, then you must go to jail. You see, similarly, in this world, you're on holiday here. You have to be good. Some people don't want to go to a big country or a posh beachfront hotel or anything, but they want to go on holidays by themselves, boating, bicycling, climbing mountains, or walking on the path in the forest and all that. They have the right to do that, but they can't destroy anything on the way. So similarly, some people came down to this world, became rich, became famous. Some people came down to this world and became just middle-class family members or even poorer family members. It's because it's something they have chosen that makes them that way. Not everybody comes down from heaven choosing to be rich, famous, and loved, or to be president. This world has only like 200, 300 regions. We have billions of people. Not everybody can be president. Not everybody can be rich and be served and have all the boats or the yachts and the port. Where can you park them? Oh, so we just have to agree with each other before we come down that we want to do this, want to do that, but nobody minds. They can just pick what they like and even pick some job that they will do, because each one has to do something. If everybody is rich and just sailing on a yacht all day long, who is going to serve to take care of the engine and clean the yacht for the millionaire, billionaire, huh? And who will take care of the beach? Who will sell or take care of the fuel that will be pumped into the yacht so the yacht can function? Yeah, all kinds of things. Who will clean the beach, so when they come up, it's all pleasant. And who will clean the streets so that they can walk when they leave the yacht to go on land? Who will grow vegetables and fruits for them to go and purchase? Who is going to make a restaurant and work in restaurant for them to eat? Each one has to do something. If we do all that for each other, this world should be a clean, wholesome paradise for adults and children as well, to have a good place, a clean environment, healthy air, and beautiful things to enjoy and to look at. Huh? You don't know, being a rich and famous person is not always good fortune. Nowadays, we have too many things and we forget God. That is the problem. We can enjoy, but don't forget God, huh? Don't forget God who provides all this for us and has taken care of us since the day of our birth already. We forget God, so we run into all kinds of opposite directions. Anything that's against God that we follow, because it seems short-sightedly fun or different, but it's not as fun as if you know God and know the world inside while living in the world outside. You can live in two worlds, heaven and earth, and enjoy both if you know how. And it's not that difficult. For example, if you take up the Quán method, you meditate 2.5 hours a day. It doesn't have to be all in one go, maybe morning some, nap time some, evening some, and at night some before sleep. And you just denounce all the killing products, or the murdered products like animal people's meat or fish people's flesh, anything to do with living beings. God has allowed and tolerates us to eat all kinds of vegetables and fruits, even though some of the fruits and vegetables do feel pain. But it's a minimum punishment, almost nothing. If we eat a vegan diet, no harm to other kicking, living, breathing beings, then you're all right. At the end of your life, you will go enjoy heavens. And maybe you don't ever want to come back to this world again. Even if this world will be made into Eden, if you know the real heaven inside is a real world, you will never want to set foot here again. That's why I ask you to thank all the masters, meaning Buddhas, imams, gurus, mullahs, etc. In different countries, they call the masters different names, different titles. Like before, where Lord Jesus was born, his name was Jesus, but his title was Christ. The Buddha, before he was born, the title Buddha was for him after, for those like him who have attained complete enlightenment and can help others. Not everyone who attains complete enlightenment can help others because of the affinity, like the Buddha, who has been Buddha for, whenever you can never even count it on the greatest computer machine. But he has to come back again and again into the human's world or even some kind of heavenly world as the Dharma wheel turning king of heaven and come down as a normal human in order to show affinity with other humans who are still mired in ignorance, so as to keep connected with them, with their soul. And then when his time comes, he can become Buddha, saint, or lower status than a Buddha to help them through this affinity, you see. So it's not like you say you're Buddha and you think you're Buddha, then you are Buddha. Oh God, there's nothing more incredulous than that, nothing more silly, nothing more stupid than that. So please stop it, yeah? Whoever you are, whether you are initiated by me or any other masters, stop this nonsense. Whoever becomes master, it is by God's appointment, by God's will, and will be announced by God, and all heavens, all the universe will know it. And you will know it. Like the Buddha knew it, like Jesus Christ knew it, like many other masters knew it, like the master of the Baha'i faith, yes, like Master Zoroaster, like the Jain masters. They all have to practice very hard first anyway. And there have been Buddhas, masters, and gurus since time immemorial. And if they became a bodhisattva in one lifetime, then it's their choice. Just like the Buddha also became even a saintly deer. But he was not a deer, even saintly deer. He was a Buddha long, ever long already. Ever since the universes enter into existence. That's why I told you that you have to thank, bow to, and praise all the masters because they sacrifice their holy status, their sacred, blissful life in order to come down and mingle with the suffering people in the world in order to help them. We can never thank them enough. They are bigger than any universe put together. I can never thank them enough. But you see, the more you practice, the more you will realize that. I do not blame you if you do not understand yet what is the real meaning of being a master, of being a Buddha. It's not like a diploma, everybody going to one college and getting them together. And even if you get the diploma, you have A, B, C, D, or F, yeah, failed. The majority of humans who come down, even with good intentions, will fail. Because you are not in heaven. And because you are in human form. And you have not been trained life after life, like Sakyamuni Buddha, Jesus Christ, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Sikh Guru, Nanak, the Jain Master, Lord Mahavira, for example, then you fail very quickly, very miserably. That's why we always have more and more humans and all falling together like that. Any master who comes, anybody who does will be slandered. You don't know how much I have been slandered over these years, privately or openly. But the master knew already, have to bear it. Even not talking about masterhood or anything yet. Like, for example, in Buddhism, recently even if somebody likes one monk especially, because he shows outwardly some kind of principle, yes, then they begin to not like other monks who are more normal, doing just the normal work and being a normal monk, not strongly emphasizing or showing his holiness or principle keeping, for example. And then don't even go to that temple and go running after the other so-called holy monk. You can do that, but you cannot just abandon your previous teachers. But the things I say sometimes, I jump out of script anyway. And I don't like to prepare a script unless it is for some... No, I don't do it. Anyway, just several times when they prepare it. I don't do it. I just talk like now I'm talking in the dark. Yeah, naturally, whatever comes. Because it comes from my heart, from my very soul, from my very, very love for you all, even though you don't know me. Many don't know me, and I don't know many, physically not. But I know all your souls. I know you love happiness. I know you want to go home, even if your mind stops you, deludes you. Even the Maya of the world, which rules the planet, tries so hard to separate you from your original home, from your original noble intention and aspiration. Please try to go back. Find some time in the day to remember your original ideal and why you come here. And ask God to guide you to some teacher. If you can't find out for yourself, ask God fervently, sincerely, desperately to bring you a teacher. Okay? And now we go back to the monks' battlefield. You know, many religions fight against another religion. And within the religion, sometimes they fight each other. Also, in the Buddha's time, his cousin, also disciples, and even brother-in-law went against him, even wanted to kill him. He just propagated to others that he was more disciplined than the Buddha, more ascetic and all that. What a stupid thing, huh? Some people eat 3-4 meals a day and they still are enlightened. Some people eat nothing at all and are not enlightened. Like the Buddha, when he ate only 3-4 sesame seeds a day, drink just a little water, he wasn't enlightened at that time. Until he realized it was wrong, and then he U-turned, lived normally in the middle way, so ate once a day, but well. And then practiced a different way. Then he became enlightened. But the Buddha had learned many things during the ascetic time and also afterwards. He had a lot of time. He was all alone and he learned many things. There are methods to learn how you read your past life, methods to learn how to read other people's minds. There are methods to learn how to walk on water. There are methods to learn how to fly in the air. Buddha mastered some of that, flying in the air. So sometimes, if it was too long and too inconvenient, he would fly with some of his disciples to the invited house to have lunch. Yeah, it's recorded in the sutras. If you don't believe me, have a look, okay? And he had the ability to read people's minds and to go back to the past life of himself and of anyone else as well. And he could do many other things because he had learned all that even before he became enlightened, and some also after enlightenment. And some also come naturally with enlightenment. Like you can hear far away, you can see far away. And nowadays, some people still have those magical powers. They can also disappear in thin air, they can fly in the air, even still can do it. Some do it. Obviously, mostly they don't show. It's just sometimes they do it and accidentally other people see it and photograph it. Nowadays, you can photograph, you can keep anything, you can show anything because you have high tech. Yes, but at least a few hundred people are still practicing all kinds of wholesome magic like that for their own convenience. And also they don't have to eat anything anymore. Yes, but there are not many you can meet, they hide. The Buddhas left many more sutras about how to learn all this kind of magic as well. When he was alive and many people follow him as monks, they also had all kinds of magical powers, or they're flying with him, going through stones, things like that. So one time even one of the monks who followed the Buddha was sitting in front of the ashram where the Buddha stayed at that time with some thousand monks. He was mending his chasha, the monk's outer dress. And one of the kings came and wanted to visit the Buddha, but he didn't know where the Buddha was. So he asked this monk who was mending his clothes, can you go and see where the Buddha is and announce to the Buddha that I'm coming to visit him, please? So the monk just walked through the rock and went inside to find the Buddha for him. And later the Buddha, so the king was very impressed and asked the Buddha, who was that? The monk who was sitting outside mending his chasha is a special name for the dress that the monks wear, okay? After the official monkhood ceremony, they wear this special chasha. So the Buddha said, he was one of the pool cleaners following me and became a monk. Yeah. Oh, the king was very, very ashamed and feeling very repentant. Because when these people wanted to become monks and became monks by the Buddha's permission, then many people slander them, make fun of them, rejected them, saying, oh, they just came for food, fortune and fame. But it's not true. In a short time, they learn all kinds of things from the Buddha and walk into the rock to go to the other side of a big rock to go quicker way than having to go in the official way. That king was very surprised and impressed. Yes, it's like that. Many people who followed the Buddha at that time were not rich and famous or anything. And even the wife of Mahakashyapa, they never had intimacy with each other anyway. She was following him to become a nun. Like in the beginning, because she was new, so Mahakashyapa took care of her. He brought food for her and they ate together. And then all the gossip and slander, all kinds of things. So later they separated. They didn't eat together anymore. And they each took care of themselves alone, for example, like that. Being a woman, you know, near the monk's company and having a former husband bringing food to you and being nice to you. It's because they were nice together. They were husband and wife, but they separated for a noble cause. It doesn't mean that they should separate and look upon each other like strangers or anything, because they never had anything wrong done to each other and still didn't. But you know, humans are humans and we always have trouble. They always look at the outside things, outside actions, and don't look inside for enlightenment or the status of that saintly person. Even if they want to, they cannot, because most of humanity lost everything already. They came down from heaven since long time ago, and they keep losing, and now and then they gain back, you know, their own wholesomeness, but it doesn't mean they could be enlightened and become heavenly beings again. So Their judgment is all blunt. Their eyes are all blind, even if they are open. Their ears are all deaf, even if they still can hear you talking. Yeah, but they don't hear the real things from the inside the world, from the real world. They don't see the real things from the inside themselves. They have the real world, the whole universe, but they see nothing, they hear nothing. And the Buddha said, what a pity. What a pity. And he also always said, you will become Buddha. I have become Buddha, but you will become Buddha also. But how many will? And until how long will they become a Buddha? That is another question. They haven't reached anywhere yet. In the astral level, they just see a flickering light sometimes. Talk to some of the invisible beings in the astral world, and they thought, that's it. And that they are Buddha already, completely enlightened, and even claim to be Maitreya Buddha. Yeah, this is something that I just remember now. Some days ago, someone who was formerly my disciple and detached himself out, claimed himself to be Maitreya Buddha and kind of wanted to fight with me or something. Not fiercely, but kind of, angrily, yes. I read something like that. And I say, no, he's very low, that's why. Oh my God, lah. Even if he's practicing anything, then his ego grows too fast to control because of admiration, perhaps, from some maybe vulnerable people. Until he got the Quaning method. And then he got something much, much better, and then he thinks he's Maitreya Buddha. What for? If you are a Buddha, what can you do for the world? What can you do for the suffering beings, which you haven't done anything for all your life anyway? Even if you have illusion and the whole world says you are a Buddha, you yourself know so well that you are not, that you are nothing. Don't be so shameless. There are predictions for Maitreya Buddha with certain traits for people to recognize. Born where and when and what year and how you recognize him and her. It's all written since hundreds of thousands of years already. In the Akashic Records Library in heaven and on earth by real clairvoyance. If you read all that, you will recognize who is the Maitreya Buddha. That's why they kept their predictions so that people, later generations, like our generation, can know who is the real Maitreya Buddha.
帝曰：弥勒降凡在哪里？温曰：听臣道来。未来教主临下凡，不落宰府供官员，不在皇宫为太子，不在僧门与道院，降在寒门草堂内，雁南照北把金散。
For as the lightning comes from the east and flashes to the west, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be.
Le temps attendu ne reviendra jamais. Il apparaîtra en Asie, mais sera chez lui en Europe. Un de la ligue issue du grand Hermès, et sur tout roi des Orients il croîtra.
Stone heart is full of light. Why do your arms embrace the world? Why does your love shine forever? Oh Buddha, oh Buddha, oh Buddha, oh Buddha. What is here to search for endless pain or sorrow? Oh Buddha, oh Buddha, hurry now, leave samsara, back to where no sorrow, only joy eternal.
시후에 나타나는 진인으로 인해 모든 성자와 불사신 그리고 천신들이 천상의 군대를 통합할 것이다.
And your stone heart is full of light. Why do your arms embrace the world? Why does your love shine forever? Oh Buddha, oh Buddha, oh Buddha, oh Buddha.
Эпоха Майтрея утверждает женщину.
Why do you cry?
На Востоке эта эпоха обозначена как эпоха Майтреи или великого сострадания и провозглашения Матери мира.
Stream down the sea. Why give your love to the pebble?
Thánh đạo nghiệp duyên còn chọn đón, vương minh ngôi vị sẵn riêng dành, suốt năm rộng dởn cùng non nước, hiện giữa trời Nam một giống lành.
Những lời tiên tri này phù hợp với cuộc đời của Ngài Thanh Hải Vô Thượng Sư thuần chay kính yêu nhất. Ngài sinh vào năm Rồng và mới đây ngày mùng 7 tháng 7 năm 2024, năm Rồng, Ngài được tiết lộ là Đức Phật Di Lặc hay còn gọi là Chuyển Luân Thánh Vương, uy vũ tại quốc gia Rồng, Âu Lạc, Việt Nam. Ngài bắt đầu sứ mệnh ở Đài Loan, còn được biết đến là Formosa, trước khi du hành đến phương Tây để thuyết giảng tâm linh và dạy pháp thiền quán âm. Bất cứ nơi nào Ngài đến, Ngài cũng đều mang đến cho mọi người sự khai ngộ, bình an hòa hợp và cảm thông.
Only love, no border. Heart of Buddha, why do you smile? And your stone heart is full of light. Why do your arms embrace the world? Why does your love shine?
etc.
So there's no need to even discuss about that anymore. You make a fool of yourself, a laughing stock to other people here and beyond. Sometimes I saw some people and I thought, oh, I so respect him and her, until they open their mouths and claim themselves to be this and that and others. Oh, I can only sigh in sorrow and embarrassment for them. But even then, I don't care much about being Buddha or not. It's just that you have to be what you have to be. In this world, you have a duty to do. Like Lord Jesus is Jesus, Shakyamuni Buddha is Shakyamuni Buddha. And nobody can change that. No one can jump in and snatch their status with all the heavens watching. And even demons are watching. Okay, tell you what, I don't really care about all this of your silly noise. Just let me work. I don't care if I'm Buddha or not. Let me work to save the people and all what I can. Don't disturb me too much, then we might lose it all. If the world is gone, where would you go? Buddha or devil? Sometimes I saw some people and I thought, oh, I so respect him and her, until they open their mouths and claim themselves to be this and that and others. Oh, I can only sigh in sorrow and embarrassment for them. But even then, I don't care much about being Buddha or not. It's just that you have to be what you have to be. In this world, you have a duty to do. Like Lord Jesus is Jesus, Shakyamuni Buddha is Shakyamuni Buddha. And nobody can change that. Not like the Buddha wanted to be Shakyamuni Buddha and be famous. And with assassination attempts even. Or Lord Jesus wanted to claim to be the Son of God so that he can be crucified. Oh no, you don't know anything about being a master. Inside you are almost like tormented every day. If not very tormented, then less. But there's nothing pleasant about being a Buddha or a master. Do not think it's so easy just because some master makes it look like so easy, or I make it all so easy. It's not like that. No, it's just outside things. Should I go out during any initiation time or any lecture time and cry out loud all the time? Say, oh, poor me, I'm suffering. Should I do that? Oh no, of course not. They suffer in silence, okay? Sometimes they talk about it, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's nothing much compared to what they have to go through. They even have to undergo hell for disciples because their karma is too heavy and they don't do much to help themselves. But if it's too much like that, then God also doesn't allow the master to go to hell for any disciples. For some he doesn't allow, okay? God Almighty doesn't allow the master to go through some suffering. But the masters still do it sometimes, because they cannot bear to see a person suffer, a being suffer. Just like how I can't even bear to see an animal person suffer every day. Oh, this is like hell for me. I cry all the time, for the animal people and for the other victims, for the aborted children and for the war victims, all kinds of things. Not a day goes by that I don't feel sorrow and pain for the suffering beings, apart from every other thing, other karma stuff. It's become a little better, but I don't know for how long. Things pass. Now I'm trying to keep a balance, strength and power to keep this world afloat. Of course, with God Almighty's blessing, grace and mercy, and other masters in all 10 directions, in all worlds, in all times. And heavenly beings also, whenever they can, they do help. And all the kings. The other day, even His Majesty, the King of Spies, came and complained to me about how some spy came and wanted to sue one of my disciples or something, because they had to fight sometimes, and in the fighting, one wins and one loses, And His Majesty, the King of Spies, came saying that losing spy wanted to sue that disciple, warrior of mine. I said, for what? Huh? We are doing things to help everybody, including the spy, his family, his relatives, and his friends. We do not harm to him. But he was continuously trying to track me down, trace them out, and do all kinds of things to make our life, uncomfortable, like hell. Sometimes we have to run away, have to hide. We didn't do any harm to him. And he came and picked a fight even. So if he lost, that's his problem. And if you don't stop it, I'm going to call His Majesty, the security king right now with his army to come take this guy immediately to hell, because he shouldn't harm me and shouldn't harm my disciples who are fighting only for the sake of the world, to keep the world afloat. For him even. If he wants to live as a human, he needs a planet. If the planet's gone, where does he go? And where does his family go? Whether or not he wins or he loses, what would he do? Where would he go? How would he live? So both of you, get away now. But then I didn't do anything. I said, just go away. But then His Majesty, the security king, brought his army group and took that guy to hell, really. Well, I don't have time to take care of that yet. I just know that they took him to hell to undergo judgment down there, and His Majesty, the King of Spies, had to leave him. He's even my so-called disciple, And I say a disciple is supposed to be respectful to a master, follow the master's instructions, and do all the good things that's been taught to him. No, he did the opposite and wanted even to kill me, harm me. Of course, my people had to protect me and protect themselves. We didn't really do anything. It's not like a physical fight. It's just some astral things. And once you come and provoke a fight, you might lose, like him. It's not like we came and provoked him. In physical ways, he has been following, tracking down, scaring and frightening workers that have to work everywhere in the world now. We can't concentrate in one place. Also due to the war as well. There are so many spies everywhere. I can't stay with them in one group even, like before. So much inconvenience, and we didn't complain even. And he still wanted to come to kill us. I told His Majesty, the King of Spies, that's not fair. Even in the universal law, it's not fair not to talk about that. I am his master and do all things to help him, his family, and his many generations as well. So you answer me. So His Majesty, the Spy King, just actually the whole name is the King of Spies. That's what they told me. King of Spies. That's what he's called. I say, you answer me. Is it fair or not fair? If he doesn't like my teachings, he doesn't think I'm worthy to teach him, then he is welcome to go. I don't lock my house, my ashram anywhere. In fact, if they don't practice well and they went out and broke the precepts, eating animal people meat or drinking alcohol or taking drugs, then I even don't let them come back in. If after warning he doesn't change, then he's not allowed to come in to do a group meditation with wholesome and good disciples. Yeah, it's not like I chase anybody. So everyone who comes into the group, into my initiation system, into the Guanyin system, is all free will. And they have to keep the discipline for themselves to grow up spiritually. Also for the environment, for the happiness of their families, and for the whole world's energy and atmosphere. Imagine if we keep drinking all the time, then they fight. Many husbands drink, come home and beat their wives up. I used to live next to one family like that. The wife was always crying. Whenever he was drunk, he'd come and beat her up. And they have many children already. She was only crying. She said, we live in this world, we have to lean on each other, you shouldn't use your strength to torment me like this, not to beat me up like that. And the children would come in, separate them, and the men also beat the children. And he's an older man already, like 40-something, 50s, not like young boy. I'm telling you, the 5 precepts, not to drink, not to gamble, not to commit adultery, not to steal, not to kill. All these are good for you. Even just not serious, like don't drink alcohol, but it has serious consequences. Many people drink and kill many because drunk driving kills many innocent children and kills their family members also in moments of blindness by alcohol. Because when you drink alcohol, many demons, ghosts also hang around you enjoying that. They possess your body for a while to enjoy the drink, just like you enjoy, because they don't have the body. So they take anybody who is weak and immoral to make them drink. And the more they drink, the more they like it, and the more the person is weak in their controlling ability. So they just use their body to do anything they want. So even if the wife says, don't drink anymore, then they beat up the wife. Or if anything at all that they don't like, they beat her up. If the parents say, don't go drinking anymore and get drunk like that, then the son will beat up the parents. It's even on the newspaper, television, or the internet. Recently I saw all that even. Not just long ago, I learned it from my own experience. Recently I discovered this no-SIM telephone, internet, all kinds of things come out. Before I didn't know this could happen. Before I never watched the news that much unless they opened something simple, like Microsoft, stuff like that, and they already prepared it. So I just push a button and watch some. I don't have a lot of time to watch all that. And so I told some of your team to look for the news for me and only look for the wholesome ones. Mostly it's for vegan and funny animal people to keep your life more happy. That's it, Just recently, I discovered some weeks ago about this internet on the phone. Yeah. I just kind of accidentally opened that phone to have a look at how to see things, how to see news. Because I used to look for news to give it to Supreme Master TV. It's like, tips for gardening, how to grow potatoes without water, relying on the rain only, how to grow potatoes. Even if you don't have a garden, you grow it in big buckets, like containers, yeah? You can grow tomatoes in containers, you can grow ginger, you can grow sweet potatoes also in containers. Yeah, in your garage or on your balcony. And I thought, how interesting. Yeah, so good, so good. You can grow microgreens in a small room that you don't use or in your garage. It was so interesting. I was very much hooked on that. And I sometimes give tips to Supreme Master TV to add for people to learn how to survive independently in case the world is short of food. And actually, the world is short of food right now. So all these tips are very good. So normally I don't see any other things. Just recently I saw a lot of other things come out. I didn't even look for it. It just popped out. And sometimes I press the button for Supreme Master Television and something else comes out because my finger didn't push the right button on the exact spot. Because my telephone is small, just a normal old iPhone, very old. And some new one, I save it for different purposes. Now I just go and have a drink of water, then come back. I always go overboard and talk about other subjects. Instead, the important one I wanted to tell you is that to practice any other method is so difficult, and takes a lot of time, not like the Quán method. The Quán method is the only one that gives direct enlightenment, immediate enlightenment and direct contact with heaven, masters and Buddhas in different lands to help you, to lift you up and guide you home. I'm working with all of them, yes. Sometimes the Buddhas are also using my physical being in order to spread out more blessings to the world. So sometimes if you have good spiritual attainments, you can see Buddhas fly out from my physical being. In the inner world, inside of your wisdom center, yeah, you see that. Not because I have a lot of Buddhas. It's just because we work together. And the Buddhas can use one temple for many Buddhas. Yes? But not all the Buddhas were born with such grand welcoming by so many Buddhas, saints and sages and all others. You have never read such events like that anywhere in the scriptures about other Buddhas, saints and sages' birth. So this body temple is very precious. We need it for this specific time of imminent great upheaval and great change. That's why when this body was born, many Buddhas came, as many as possible, within the 2 days permission period. When a body comes down to become a future Buddha, you have to have a lot of rules to follow. You can't just have visitors anytime, especially when you're first born. But the most purity of that time is when you're first born. It's easier for all the Buddhas to come and impart some part of their Buddha's essence into that physical baby body being, so that in the future, when that baby grows up, she can have much more power than just one Buddha alone, because some of the Buddha's essence are still left in this body, but this body was still a baby. Otherwise, one Buddha cannot do much. Can do, but too busy, and exhausted. So many Buddhas help together. They say many hands make light work. It's like that. But still, this body has to suffer a lot. Not just the body, also mental, emotional, psychological, all kinds of things. So many Buddhas still can't deal with this dark world that's controlled and ruled by Maya, by the illusional power. That is the problem, yes? I want to tell you that even to practice as a normal Panin practitioner, you don't go through a lot of hardship like many other methods. I will tell you soon what kind and how. You just meditate 2.5 hours a day. You don't even have to do anything. If you went out and help with advising people about the vegan diet, to make them rethink their life about killing others or the indirect killing to eat other beings, then it is your choice, your voluntary choice. I don't ask you to do anything. I might say so, say, okay, let's go out and help people. It's from love, from feeling sorrowful for them. Because if we don't help them now, if they die, that's it, they never have a chance again. This time, this period of time is what they call the end times. Anyone who doesn't practice righteousness will be eliminated from existence for aeons of lifetimes. If you could even be a tree or a stone, it's already very lucky. No, you're not allowed to be anything. You just become like exiled, terminated. Life is taken away from you. Until aeons later, maybe you can gain the chance again. But this is something that is so abstract, so we don't need to talk about that too much right now. It's just a different period of our earth. The law became like that, too strict, because we make a bloodbath out of our life, out of this planet. So heavens can bear no more. It's too much debt to clean, so they just want to destroy it all and make it new. So if you are lucky and you practice spiritually, you will be, there when the renewal comes. Please hurry, okay? I can help you in many ways. Just be vegan, be repentant. Thank God, thank all the masters. That's all you need to do. Thank them, appreciate them. Ask them for forgiveness. Be vegan, repentant. Praise God and the masters, yeah? Ask for forgiveness, that's all. It's not difficult. I don't ask you for money or support or anything at all. All the people who work for Supreme Master TV are volunteers. The happy volunteers. They're honored to do it. Because they don't have a lot of chances anyway. They can do it once or a couple of times. We have to give a chance to other people who are capable to be hosts on our Supreme Master TV. Yeah? It's not like everybody who applies can be a host or on the working team even. We have to see the quality also. And sometimes we don't have enough pure people, then we have to use some next to pure ones, but not bad, not liars, not boasting like they are Buddha or the Guruji when they are nothing. They're just zealous ghosts, the demons, or low level, maximum low level, that's it. That's why the ego comes up. When the ego is very high, that means the level is very low. Yes. When heaven did not tell you to be a master, and you come out and announce it yourself, just for your fame and gain, and then even misuse the power to harm others, molest girls and boys. Some so-called Guruji is a bisexual. You know whom I'm talking about. He has a wife and then molest nuns, molest boys, monks even. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. That rumor, yeah. Guruji even, my God. There was a funny joke. I forgot the name of it. He was a clairvoyant, I think Japanese, also famous. I just forgot his name. He could predict things, he could see through people, he could read people's minds and all that. He could see their future and he could smell death. That's what's supposed to be. So if somebody was dying, he could smell it already before they die. Other people can also, not just him, but there's not a lot of people who can do that. So he was always accurate. If some patient came and begged him to tell whether or not he's going to live, he say he smells death already, then that person was not going to live. He was always accurate. He often told people, sometimes voluntarily, so that they could prepare, or they could do something, maybe they could change their death sentence. When he went into a bookshop, he was queuing to buy a book, and he smelled death. So he told the man in the same queue, I smell death on you. It's better you go home now and go to the doctor. Maybe you can cure yourself and get some medicine or something. He keeps saying that, and the man listened and said, oh, never mind, no, it's okay. He insisted he still stayed there doing his things. And normally, this clairvoyant didn't want to tell strangers like that on the street, but he was just next to him. He felt pity, so he told him. He told him again. And then the man still didn't want to go anywhere. He just said, no, it's okay, I stay here. It's nothing, don't worry. And lastly, that clairvoyant told him, I normally don't do this to strangers, but please, I feel sorry for you. Please go home. Go to the doctor quickly. Don't stay here. You might die. So that was the last time, and the man looked into his eyes and said, don't worry, I'm already dead, so nothing can happen. He was a dead person. He was talking to a ghost. Imagine that. But because he can see ghosts, he can see invisible beings, some ghosts can manifest themselves into human beings. And many humans on this planet are also a manifestation of ghosts or demons, or possessed by ghosts and demons. Anyway, I told you already before, the 40-something%. And also some from outside of our world as well. Yes? They're not always humans from this planet. Yes? Okay? Right. I think it was very funny. The man answered him, I'm dead already, don't worry. Well, finally he had to tell the truth, because otherwise the clairvoyant would keep pressing him to go home, to see a doctor. So finally he had to say, leave me alone, I'm dead already, don't worry.
The world is a circle without a beginning, and nobody knows where it really ends. Everything depends on where you are in the circle without a beginning. Nobody knows where the circle ends. La la la.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Vegan, cause you have to be the hero. Who else?